Welcome to Waidsum Academy. Today we'll be looking at Cambridge IGCSE Maths Paper 4-1, May-June 2018. Paper 4-1, May-June 2018. So, without wasting time, let's quickly begin. Now, the first question says, Adele, Barbara, and Colette share $680 in the ratio of 9 to 7 to 4. So show that Adele receives $306. So this is a ratio question. Every bright student should be able to do this. It's just 1 mark. It's cheap. So they're giving us, the first thing we do is to find the sum of the ratio, right? This is the first thing we do. We have to find the sum of the ratio. So we say 7 plus 9. Sorry, 9 plus 7 plus 4. 9 plus 7 we get 16, plus 4 we get 20. So sum of ratio equal to 20. Sum of ratio equal to 20. Okay, so everything we're going to be doing, we will be using 20 as our base. Okay, so sum of ratio is 20. Now, each of these ratio number correspond to the name. This first ratio number corresponds to Adele. Adele is 9, ratio 9. Barbara is ratio 7. And Colette is ratio 4. Now show that Adele received 304. Now we want to solve this. So we use the ratio of Adele. So we're dealing with Adele. For Adele, you say Adele equal to the ratio of Adele over the total ratio. So his ratio is 9. So we say 9 over the total ratio, which is 20. We found the total sum of the ratio to be 20. So we say 9 over 20. 9 over 20 multiplied by the total money they asked them to share. The total money that has been given to them to share. And that total money is what? Is $680. $680. So that's the money they've asked them to share. So we're going to multiply with $680. So we say times $680. So when we do that, we'll get what? What do we get? So if you don't know, you can just break down. This 0 can cancel this 0. Like this 0 can cancel this 0. Okay? This 0 can cancel this 0. And then this 2 can go, 2 can divide itself. 1, 2 divide 680. 2 go here, we get 34. So we can now simply say 9 times 34. 9 times 34. 9 times 34, what do you get? This 9 in the numerator multiplied by 34. So it will give us what? $306. So I put a dollar sign. Okay, so we say $306. Remember, that's what they ask you to verify. Remember, that's what they ask you to verify. Right? That's what they ask you to verify. That's what they ask you to verify. Is that okay? So we've solved that. We move on. We go to the next question. Okay, so we're up to the now. It said the B part of the question says calculate the amount that Barbara and Colette each receive, each of them. So you remember that Barbara is the second name and is the second ratio. So for Barbara, we do same thing. So I will just use the letter B and letter C for Colette. So for Barbara, we say it's simply, Barbara is simply 7 7 over 20. 7 divided by 20. 7 divided by 20 times the amount that they're sharing times 680. Times 680. So remember, it will be 7 times 34. It will be 7 times 34. What do we get? 133, right? Do we get 133? No. What do we get? 2 something. We get 2 something. 7 over 20. Huh? 238. So for this we get 238. So we write for Barbara 238. So for Barbara we get 238. And then for Colette, we get, the ratio is 4. So we say 4 over 20. 4 over 20 times the sum of the total money they ask them to share, 680 times 680. So this gives us what? What do we get? Pause the video and press your calculator and you get 136. So for Barbara we get 136. So for this alone you get 3 marks. You get 3 marks. Now let's see the C part of the question. Let's see the C part of the question. Adelaide changes. Adelaide, remember, you got $306. Adelaide changes are $306 into euro when the exchange rate is 1 euro equal to $1.25. 1 euro equal to $1.25. So we write the unit of duration. 1 euro. 1 euro. €1 equal to $1.25. €1 equal to $1.125. Sorry, $1.125. And you're changing, Adelaide is changing, dollar has to be under dollar, okay? $308, so I write it under this dollar. I write 308, 306. I write the $306 here. In here, $306. They say if he changes this $306, how much euro is he going to get? How much euro is he going to get? We don't know. You can call it Y euro. Because you don't know. So you say Y euro. That's what we're looking for. So you call this one Y euro. You call it Y euro. Okay? Y euro. So the next thing is to cross multiply. The next thing for us is to cross multiply. The next thing is to cross multiply. So 1 times 306, you get 306. Y times this, you get 1.125. $1.125 multiplied by y, you get 1.125y is equal to If you cross multiply, 1 times this, meaning we are multiplying, when we say cross multiply, we are multiplying this by this, and we are multiplying this by this, y by this. Okay, that's the meaning of cross multiply. So on this side we have 306 times 1, which is 306. So we just write 306. So we write 306. So to find y, you have to make the 306, you have to make y the subject, right? By dividing both sides by 1.125. So divide here by 1.125 and divide 306 divided by 1.125. Okay, so we say divide both sides by 1.125. 1.125, and then we get our y euro to be equal to 272. So we get it to be 272 euro. 272 euro. Okay, so that's the answer for this one. 2 marks. So we'll move to the next question. The next question says Barbara spent a total of what was Barbara's money again? Barbara was the second person, right? Whose money was 238. Okay. Barbara spent a total of $17.56 on 5 kg of apple and 5 kg of apple and 3 kg of banana. Apple costs $2 per kg. Apple costs $2.69 per kg. Calculate the cost per kg of banana. Okay, we know the amount, the total amount she spent for apple, and she spent on 5 kg of apple and 3 kg of banana is the total amount she spent on 5 kg of apple and 3 kg of banana is $17.56. So 1 kg of apple costs 2.69. So she has 5 kg of apple. So we say 2.69 times 5. 2.69 times 5. So that we know how much she spent on apple. 2.69 times 5. Let's multiply by 5. What do we get? 2.69 times 5. 30.45, right? So she spent 30.45. She spent $30.45 on apple alone, because she bought 5 kg of apple. $30.45 on apple. Now let's know how much she spent on banana, the total amount she spent on the 3 kg of banana. You will say banana B. For banana, she has spent, you subtract the total money, which is 70.56, 70.56 minus 30.45. 30.45. So what do we get? What do we get if we subtract? $70.56 minus 30.45. So we get $4.11, right? 4.11. $4.11. That's how much she spent on 3 kg of 3 kg of banana. This is how much she spent on 3 kg of banana. But the question says calculate the cost per kg of banana, and there are 3 kg. So 1 kg, for 1 kg, for 1 kg, we say this total money she spent on 1 kg of banana. This total money she spent divided by 3. 4.11 divided by 3. We know the amount she spent on 1 kg divided by 3. So 4.11 divided by 3, what do we get? 1.37. So that's how much she has spent. $1.37. That's how much dollar she spent on 1 kg of banana. That's how much she spent on 1 kg of banana. Okay, so that's that for that question. And let's move to the next question. Colette spent, how much was Colette's money again? Colette is $136. Okay, Colette spends half of her share on clothes. So half has been spent on clothes. So 136 divided by 2, so that we know how much she has spent on clothes. So half of her money spent on clothes. So we divide 136 by 2. So if you divide this by 2, you get what? You get 68, right? So she has spent, Colette has spent $68 on clothes only. And then she spent half of her clothes on clothes, and 1/5 of her share on books, not 1/5 of the remaining amount. They say 1/5 of her share. So we go to on books, calculate the amount she has left. We're going to find what she has left. Remember, she has already spent $68 on clothes. She has already spent $68 on clothes. Now she spent 1/5 on books. She spent 1/5 on books. So let's find how much is that. 1/5 times her share. Her share is 136, right? Is it 136? 136. So 1/5, meaning 136 divided by 5. 136 divided by 5. What are we going to get? 136 divided by 5. What do we get? 136 divided by 5 equal to what? 136 divided by 5, we get 27.2. We get 27.2. That's how much, $27.20. That's how much she spends on books. That's how much of her money she spends on books. Now they are asking us to calculate how much the amount she has left. So first of all she has spent, let's add them together. 68 plus 27.2. Let's add them together. 68 that she spent on clothes, which is half of her money. She spent on clothes. She obviously liked clothes. Plus 27.2. Plus 27.2. So this one will give us 0.2. Whatever answer we're getting, 0.2. This one will give us 5 here. Take 1. This plus this 8 plus 1, 9. So she has spent 95.2, right? This is all $1. This is all the amount she has spent. She has spent $95.2 altogether, and she has 136. So how much she has left? To find how much she has left, remaining. Okay, let's write remaining. Remaining amount she has will be the total money or the total share minus how much she has spent. Remaining is how much she has, the total share minus remaining. Okay, the remaining is not a full spelling. Okay, Okay, I just summarized it. Equal to 136, which is our share. 136, which is our share of the money she received from the money they got, minus 95. All she has spent, we have to minus 95.2. Okay, minus 95.2. Okay. Okay, to be 40.8. 40.8. You have to put the 0.2, 95.2. Okay, 136 minus 95.2. This will give us 40.8. So this is the amount she has left from her share that she has not spent. $40.8. It actually means $40.80. It actually means $40.80. Okay, so that's the amount that she has left. We can circle it. That's the amount she has left. Okay, so we move on to the next question. We're done with question 1. So we go to question 2. Question 2 is construction. I will just show it. Okay, you just show it, then you should be able to construct it. And the scale drawing shows to a boundary AB. Let's take a look at AB. Okay, a moment. Okay, this is line AB. Okay, is the scale drawing shows two boundaries, AB and BC. So we have AB here, line AB here, and we have line BC here. Okay. We say AB and BC of a field ABCD. So there is a D part of it, which they want us to show by construction. Now the scale of the drawing is 1 centimeter represent 8 meters. 1 centimeter on paper represent 8 meters in real life. Okay, for this drawing. Now the first one is the boundaries CD, the boundaries CD and AD. So wherever D is going to be, CD and AD, this boundary of the field are 72 meters long. They are 72 meters long. The boundary AD, the boundary CD and AD of the field are each 72 meters long. So if a scale is 1 to 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter equal to 8 meters. So if they give you a boundary of 72 for any line, 72 meters, what would be the scale on the drawing? What would be the measurement of the scale on the drawing? So you can call here X. So when we cross multiply, when we cross multiply, we have 8x equal to 72, because 72 times 1, regardless of their unit now, regardless. The unit is just to help us locate. So 8x, okay, I think we take this one off. We can bring it somewhere else, because we need this place for construction. So if you cross multiply 8 times x, you get 8x. So 8x is equal to 72. So to find the value of x, you divide both sides by 8. So x will be to find the value of x, that's the value that will be on the paper. What you will draw will be how many centimeter? Let's find out. X centimeter will be what? What will be the centimeter of what we're going to draw on the paper that we're going to measure? Okay, so we have 72 divided by 8. So we just say 72 divided by 8. So when you divide 72 by 8, what do you get? 9, right? So 9 centimeter. So equal to 9 centimeter. So what it means is that we will ensure we scale 9 centimeter from here. So you put in your pair of compass, measure 9 centimeter space from your pencil and put the peg here, stretch 9 centimeter measured, you cut an arc. You cut an arc here. You put the leg here on C. You put the leg here on C. Stretch 9 centimeter out and cut an arc. An arc. Okay? And then put it here also. 9 centimeter, cut another arc. Cut another arc. These two arcs, they will meet somewhere. So that point where they meet is the point D. That point where they meet is the point D. So you can draw, once they meet, you cannot draw the line CD. You can draw the line CD. Okay? And also this one, you join it. But you have to draw an arc in order to get it. So here is D. Here is point D. Not to just call and you say, oh, okay, so I have to measure. You just measure 9 centimeter, measure 9 centimeter. No, you put it here, put it on a pair of compass, stretch, cut an arc with 9 centimeter, put it here also, cut an arc with another 9 centimeter. Put it here on the second note, and then cut an arc with another 9 centimeter. Where the two arcs meet, that's the point D. So you've made this first construction. Okay? So that's the first part of the question, which is 1 mark. Now using a ruler and a compass only. Now we're going to use a ruler and a compass. Complete accurately the scale drawing of the field. Okay, the first one is work out the length of CD and AD. That's 1 mark. This calculation was 1 mark. This length 9 centimeter, we get 1 mark. Okay, for doing that we get 1 mark, and then for doing this construction we get another 2 marks. Okay, we get another 2 marks. And then the next question says a tree in the field is equidistant from AB. Equidistance from AB and equidistance from AB and BC. Okay, now let's take a look at the first one. A tree in the field is equidistant from AB. So if you are equidistant from AB, where's line AB? We're going to bisect line AB. Okay, inside the field we bisect line AB. Put your protractor here, cut an arc somewhere here, okay, so that we can get a perpendicular bisector of line AB. Put the leg of the protractor here, cut an arc, okay, just cut an arc, then put it on this other side, cut another arc, so they meet somewhere here. And then after the first one we get a perpendicular bisector of line AB. Okay, you already know the distance. So since you know the distance, You give measure half of the distance, cut an arc, measure half of the distance, cut an arc. Okay, so these two arcs will meet at somewhere, at a point. Then the next one we do, okay, 1 minute is loading. Okay, the next one we do is equidistance from AB and BC. When something is equidistant from AB and BC, meaning bisect angle ABC. Bisect angle ABC. See? Equidistance from AB and BC. So bisect angle ABC at the middle. ABC is this angle. So to bisect this angle, put one peg here, have a cut here, put one peg on C, have another cut. Okay, where all these cuts, where they all pass through, that's the perpendicular bisector. That's where the tree will be located. That's where the tree will be located. So what I said, to do AB and BC, meaning bisect angle B. To do AB and BC, bisect angle B. To do that, you can put the peg here, have a cut, then put it on C this time around, have an arc. So all these arcs where they meet, that is the location of the tree. That is the location of the tree, where the tree will be. And you get 4 marks for doing that. Is that okay? I bet you must show arcs. Without arcs, without constructing arcs, you cannot get these 4 marks. Okay, that's that for question 2. Now we go to question 3. We go to question 3. Now for question 3, the first question says, the price of a house decreased from $82,500 to $77,500. Calculate the percentage decrease. Okay, to find percentage decrease, you always say the original amount minus the new decreased price over the original amount. So to find percentage decrease, these are grade 8, grade 9 stuff. Okay, if you're good, you should be able to do all these type of questions. Okay, so to find percentage decrease, you say change in the price. You know the price has changed, whatever change it is over the original price. Okay, let's use change the price as delta P. Change the price over the original price, over the original price. Original price, I call it P1. Original price, I call it P1. New price, I call it P2. So over original price times multiply by 100. Multiply by 100. So this is the formula we're going to use. What's the change in price? Change in price is equal to 82,500. 82,500. 82,500. Sorry, 82,500 minus 77,500 minus 77,500. So minus 77,500 all over the original price, which is 82,000, over original price, which is 82,000. 82,500. This is the original price, 82,500. So multiply everything, multiply by 100. Everything after doing that, you multiply by 100 over 1. Okay, so this is what you just need to do. You get 3 marks. It's as easy as that. So when you subtract 82,500 minus 77,500, I think we get it 5,000, right? I think we obviously we get it. Right? What do we get? 82,500 minus 77,500. Yeah, we get 5,000. So we say 5,000 over 82,000 times 100. 5,000 over 82,500 over 82,500 multiplied by 100. So we get our new answer. Multiply by 100. 6.06%. Okay, so we get 6.06%. So our answer will be 6.06. They've put the percentage already, so we get 6.06. 6.06. Okay, so that's that for this question. The next one will be Roland invests $12,000 in an account that pays compound interest at a rate of 2.2% per annum. Calculate the value of his investment at the end of 6 years. Give your answer correct to the nearest dollar. Okay, so we compound interest, calculate the value of his investment. That's the amount he will receive at the end of 6 years. So the money invested is the principal. So P is 12,000. P is equal to 12,000. That's the money he invested. That's the money Roland invested. And the interest is 2.2. So the interest, the rate, okay, our R is 2.2. So we're going to change to decimal, just divide by 100. Okay, we're going to change the rate to decimal, just divide it by 100. Okay, we divide it by 100, we will get our unique rate. Is that okay? So we say R will be equal to 2.2 divided by 100. 2.2 divided by 100, and it will give us 0.022, right? Divide by 100. This will give us, why we divide by 100? Because it's in percentage. Anything in percentage means over 100. So which gives us 0.022. 0.022. 0.022. Okay, so this is our rate for this question. This is our rate. Okay, calculate then the number of years n or t is equal to our n, which is number of years, or t is equal to what? Is equal to 6. Is equal to 6. Now we're going to find the amount you will get. So the formula for compound interest, this is an appreciative compound interest. Compound interest that is going to yield more for you because you are investing. It's not depreciating, it's appreciating. Okay, so for that, the formula will be amount is equal to principal, the money you invested, into 1 plus, we are adding because it's appreciative. If it's depreciative, we would have used minus. 1 plus r raised to power n. 1 plus r raised to power n. 1 plus r raised to power n. So we substitute our value here. We substitute our values here. Okay? So we substitute our value here. We say principal equal to, amount equal to, our principal is 12,000. Amount, and principal invested is 12,000, so we write 12,000 here. 12,000 into 1 plus 1 plus 0 point. Remember the rate is 0.022. 1 plus 0.022. 1 plus 0.022. Everything raised to power 6. Everything raised to the power of 6, which is n. Everything raised to power 6. So this is what you're supposed to do, and you solve this out. How? You say you add 1 to this, you get 1.022 to the power of 6. You do that first before you multiply with 12,000. Okay, that's what you do first. You do what is inside the bracket first. Simplify the bracket first. So when you do that, you're going to get 1.022 to the power of 6. And then you multiply whatever you get with 12,000. So you say here you get 1.022 to the power of 6. Then multiply by 12,000. Multiply by 12,000. And then we'll get our final answer. You can do this. Put this in a calculator. Your calculator, you get a value multiplied by 12,000. We'll get our answer to the nearest whole number. We'll get 30,000. We'll get 30,674. 30,000. You can pause the video, do the calculation, and verify your answer. So to the nearest whole number, you get 30,674. So if he had invested, if he invested $12,000 for 6 years, at the end of 6 years, his money will be 30,674 using compound interest. Okay, so that's that for this question. Is that okay? Okay, this one we'll try and see if we are able to use our ways to do this one quickly. Let's see, say, describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. Okay, this is A. The single transformation that maps A to B. Okay, this is a sliding movement. It's just the same size. How? Count the box. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 vertical boxes. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the same number here, same horizontal, two box, and so it's same size. The only difference, if this A is mapped onto B, is just a movement called the sliding movement. And sliding movement is called translation. So you have to, in order to get the marks fully, you must take the color vector with which it translates. So this one we write first, translation. Okay, this is translation. 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 Okay, so translation. For this object to move from A onto B, its translation, it has moved. Now it moved to the left. From A to B, it has moved to the left. How many times? Okay, if I'm going to start counting from here, I must end the counting here. How many times did it move to the left? So for the X, for the column, for the vector, since it's moving to the left side, so the X value of the vector will be negative. And then it moves upward. It moves upward. You see, it moves upward. How many times did it move upward? If you look from this horizontal base, you move 1, 2. So if you look at the horizontal base has shifted upward twice. So since the horizontal base shifted twice upward, see, the base was here before on this line. So it has moved upward twice. 1, 2. So the Y is 2. The X is, we count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See? It has moved 8 times to the left. So the vector will be negative 8. You write the column vector. Negative 8. Negative 8 and 2 for the Y side of the vector. Negative 8 and 2 for the Y side of the vector. So we write the column vector that translated object from A, triangle A onto B. This is the vector. So when you write translation and you write the vector, you will get your 2 marks. You will get your 2 marks. Is that okay? The column vector. Now, you say triangle A onto triangle C. You should state the translation that change A onto C. Where is A? This is A. This is A. And this is C. So this is called enlargement, even though it has reduced. Even though it has reduced, reduction is also called enlargement in mathematics. So by how? By how many has it reduced? Half here is 1 box plus 1 box 2. So where we have 4 boxes here, we have 2 boxes here. Where we have 2 boxes on the horizontal side, we have only 1 box. So meaning it has reduced by 1 all over 2. Reduction, the scale factor will be 1 all over 2. If it's enlarged, we say by scale factor of 2. Why do we say reduce? Because originally it was bigger, now it's smaller, so it has reduced. And when it's reduced, we use, first of all, you write enlargement. Triangle A onto C, we write enlargement. That's the first thing we write. We write enlargement. Since it's 3 marks, you must give 3 points. Since it's 3 marks, you must give 3 points. So you say enlargement. You write enlargement. If you write only enlargement, the examiner will only give you 1 point. Will give you 1 mark. If you write only enlargement, the examiner will give you only 1 mark. So we've written enlargement, and then what else? We have to write the scale factor. So scale factor permit me to just write SF. SF. The scale factor is what? Equal to 1 all over 2. The scale factor is 1 all over 2 because it has been reduced to half. It has been reduced to half. That's why we are writing the scale factor as 1 all over 2. If it has been reduced to 1/3, you write 1 all over 3. If it has been reduced to 1/3, if the shape has been reduced to 1/3, you write 1 all over 3. If it's reduced to 1/4, you write 1 all over 4. But this shape has been reduced to half. So that's why we are writing 1 all over 2 as our scale factor. And then the next thing, the last but not the least, is to write the enlargement center or the enlargement point. So we have to write the coordinate for the enlargement point. Now to do that, normally we draw lines. Use a ruler. You have a line here and here like this. A line here and here. Where they meet, I think they will meet somewhere here. What do I mean? We have to use a ruler in the class, a pencil, a ruler. This line has to pass through the edges, okay? These edges. A straight line. And then we do for this one. We do for this one in order to get our enlargement point. We hope we can get the straight line saga. Yeah, something like this. Okay, the third one, you can also draw through this, and then they meet here. But this two is enough. You can draw a third line to pass. You know what we are like the edge, you call it edge, the vertex. This vertex here and this corresponding vertex, a line passing through them. This vertex here and this corresponding vertex, a line passing through them. Where the 2 lines meet, or the 3 lines. The third one is here and here. So where these vertices meet, that's the enlargement point. So we say our enlargement point is -1, 0. And sorry, -4, 0. -4, 0. So you must write the enlargement point. So you write EP, that's enlargement point. Enlargement point equal to -4, -4, 0. -4, 0. That's the enlargement point. I mean the coordinate of this point. Okay, is -4 on the x-axis and 0 on y-axis. So that's that for that. We get 3 marks for doing this. Okay. Then the next one, we say triangle A onto triangle D. Let's go and see triangle A that changes to D. Triangle A onto D could only be rotation. This triangle A, this one, onto this could be only be rotation. Okay, we have rotation. You can see this one turned. You can see this one move clockwise, right? If you look at it technically, move clockwise in order to turn this direction, because looking here that was vertical, it's not like this. Move clockwise 90 degree, okay? So we can, without doing much, but there's another way, use the vector. If I want to use vector, I'll find the coordinate of A. I'll label this triangle A. Each of the vertices, I give it a letter A, B, C. I write the vector, the vector of each one out. Then I'll flip and put negative at the bottom. I'll get the vector for A prime. And if you locate them, you will be able to draw this. If they've asked us to draw it, we would have used the vector method instead of using tracing paper. Okay, but they did ask us to draw it. All we need to do is to tell which translation changes triangle A onto D. So we said it's rotation. Okay, it's rotation. Okay, rotation. And then it's 3 marks. If you write only rotation, they will give you 1/3. So in order to get your 3 marks, you have to give all the, you say 90 degree clockwise. You have to put that. We saw it just now and I explained it. You say 90 degree clockwise. 90 degree clockwise. Okay, 90 degree clockwise. Then there's one more thing that is needed, the center of rotation. Because if you write 90 degree clockwise, now we got 2/3 marks. Excuse me. We got 2/3 marks. Okay, so the next thing is to tell the center of rotation. The center of rotation. To tell the center of rotation. So in order to get the center of rotation, if we bring in this case, I think it will be 1. You draw this line, see this one, and this line. They will meet here, right? See this line? Watch. Can you change the color? Okay, so you draw this line from here. I draw a line. I want to form a 90 degree, okay? So for a 90 degree, you have to now go from the same base here. It's affecting the other line. Okay. Oh. -90 C. So where these two lines meet is the coordinate point, is the center of rotation. So here you see we are able to form 90 degree, right? We are able to form 90 degree. We are able to form 90 degree. Okay, even if we don't draw it, you can see this is 90 degree. So that point where they meet is 1, -1. This coordinate point where they meet is 1, -1. Is that okay? You can use any tip. You can draw from here. And if you're using tip, you must use this tip, this one, where they meet also is here. I don't want it to be messy. If not, you have to show all the tip. If I want to use this one, the corresponding tip is here. So bring this one here, bring this one here where they meet. They will all meet here, all of any tip you use. So that would be our center of rotation. 1 for x-axis, -1 for y-axis. -1 for y-axis, this one. -1 for y-axis, 1 for x-axis. So that's our center of rotation. So you write it here. You write it here in order to get your 3 marks. So meaning you must write your center of rotation. You must write your angle of rotation, and you must write the name rotation in order to get your 3 marks. Is that okay? Okay, so that's that for that. And then the B part is here on the grid. Draw the image of triangle A after an enlargement by scale factor of 2. Center 7-3. Okay, center 7-3. Draw the image of triangle A. So like we said, you can bring out the vector of each of the triangle, and then you multiply by 2, and then you get the new shape. Use it, drawing it, start counting from this center, from 7-3. Okay, so what it means here, to draw this one, we have to bring the value of this one multiplied by 2. 7-3 is this place. Yes, 7, right? 7-3 is this place, this point. Is this point. So we can get the value of each point. This one, the coordinate of this value, the coordinate is 4, 5. So you can call here A, B, C. So let's say this is A. Let's say this is our A. What's the vector? What's our vector? Our vector is 4, 5. 4, 5. So if you enlarge it by multiplying the scale by 2, if you multiply by 2, we'll get 8, 10. We'll get 8, 10. That's what we'll get for this vector, the enlarged vector. The enlarged vector will get 8, 10. Then if we choose the coordinate of this one, let's say I'm counting from 0, 0, right? This will be 4, 1. We call here B. 4, 1. You multiply by 2, you get another 4, 2, C, 6, 1. You write, you multiply by 2, you get the vector. Okay. Okay, our center is here. So we're going to count from here to reach this point. 1, 2, 3. To reach this point, 1, 2. Okay, so we use the vector method, or we just do the normal method. We do the normal method. So let's see what we will have with the normal method. Let's see what we have with the normal method. Say, on the grid, draw the image of triangle A after an enlargement by scale factor scale factor 2, center 7,3. So this is our center. So if we enlarge this one, what are we going to get? If we enlarge this one, we will extend this one by 2. So this line will definitely be twice the size of this triangle, twice. Let's say our vector, corresponding vector for this will be 1, 1, 1, this vector, 1, -1. Okay, I will explain. Okay, -1, 1, -1, the first coordinate, and then the next coordinate will be, we can put this one in the bracket. Okay, the next coordinate we will get 5 minus 1, 5, minus 1. And then the last coordinate will be 1,7. 1,7. How? 1,7. Okay, let's locate them. I'll explain the how. Now, 1, -1 is this point, right? 1 for x-axis, -1, this point. So we can as well delete these ones we did before, this line. It was just for us to show our center of rotation. So we put a point here, and then the next one is 5 for x-axis, -1. 5, -1 here. And then the last one is 1, 7. 1, 7. One for x-axis, trace it to 7. So this will be our triangle, a large triangle. This will be our enlarged . This will be our enlarged triangle with this center. Why? When we finish, you will see that they both have the enlargement point will be here. And then you have this one. Okay. There we have, this one was on 5. Here there's a point here. And then we have this one. Okay, these are a large triangle. These are a large triangle with center of rotation at 7,3. So if from here, how you can achieve this easily without knowing the coordinate, from here, just a moment. If you draw a line here to pass through here, they will meet here. This line or this vertex will meet here. This line or this vertex will meet here. And if you choose to also draw on this other vertex, this vertex and this vertex, they will also meet here, which is the center of rotation. Okay, which is the center of rotation. So you can actually achieve this coordinate point by drawing the line and locating this point, and then you draw this triangle. Okay, so that's that for this enlargement. So we are done with this. Now I think we are done with the first part of this class. Okay, so thank you very much. And part 2 will be looking at factorization and so on and so forth. So we'll see you again in our part 2. Thank you.